Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all praises, all glory, and all honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash.
Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, that never left the flock astray. And salutations to Akim to go out pushing his word, waking up the hopeful elect out of the four corners, out of every nation under the sun, who are Israelites, 12,000 out of each tribe. The nation of Israel, right? Consisting of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and similar Indians. We are Great Millstone Northwest, and this is just something we came across in a conversation, something that sparked our interest that we wanted to look deeper into. And scripture started popping to our head once we were talking about it, so the Spirit drove us to do some research. So we'd like to share this research with y'all, brothers. Y'all can go deeper into it if you'd like. There's a lot of information about it out there, so you gotta find what's useful and what's not. But yeah, there's a lot of information, because this man Esau Edom, right, the chief house of Amalek, he done been kicked out of every place that he tries to dwell.
Yeah.
And that's why he had to get into that land over there through the Balfour Declaration, and get himself in a land where he could stop getting kicked out.
Yeah, and when you read that book, the 13th tribe,
yes, sir,
it goes into how Esau, steals people's heritages and things, which is Micah 2, and it proves how he's the plague of the earth, man. Because everywhere he's been and went, the economy, everything starts to plummet when he gets in that area.
Right.
Because he steals all the resources and just, he's a harbinger of death, man. Covetous.
Yeah. John 10:10.
Yeah,
but
he is as hell.
Grab the definition real quick so we can get into it.
Yep. Inquisition. It says judicial investigation, act or process of inquiring, from Old French Inquisition. Where the fuck you say?
Inquisition.
Inquisition. Yeah. It says inquiry, investigation. From Latin, it says a searching into, a seeking, legal examination, a seeking of grounds for accusation. It says noun of action for past participle stem.
Inquire.
Yeah, inquire. That's pretty much it.
No, read the church history.
In church history, inquisitors were appointed from 382 CE to root out heretics. The ecclesiastical court appointed 13 circa by Innocent III to suppress heresy, never operated in Britain. Operated in Britain. It says the English word began to be used in this sense, and with the capital initial letter after circa 1500, and usually refers to the office's reorganization, 1478 through 1483 in Spain.
Hey, cause think about it, that's when Esau was coming back into power.
Yeah.
1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, so on and so forth. So, this was when Esau was, coming back into power after, the fall of the Byzantine Empire, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I believe they start coming to late 1300s.
Late
1380, 1390.
Mid to late 1300s.
Yeah.
That was that 1,000 years that the beast was locked up.
Yeah.
Underneath the Byzantine Empire, that time frame was his time of being taken out of power.
Yeah.
And what I forget, but I believe it was Spain was the last stronghold of Jake.
Who?
The last stronghold Jake had before.
It was Istanbul.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Istanbul, which was what was it called before?
Turkey.
Constantinople. That was their last stronghold.
But one of their last,
The Moors, though.
Yeah. The Moors. It was the last stronghold. Yeah, before they got took down by the Ottoman Turks.
Yeah. Esau's like a mold, It's that shit will creep back in there, and that's what happened. Is they got put down for a little bit, But then, you know, after a while, they start creeping their ass back in there, and they get in there, they start getting high positions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a nagging weed. If you don't pull it up by the root,
By the root,
it's gonna continue to sprout up.
Mm-hmm.
Esau not gonna have,
No, go ahead.
Esau not gonna have neither root nor branch in the kingdom of heaven.
This is just something real quick I pulled up on my phone. It says background. It says founded in 324 CE by Roman Emperor Constantine I. Constantine I. Constantinople, present-day Istanbul, served as the capital of the Byzantine Empire. Over the centuries, this city faced countless sieges due to its strategic location, bridging Europe and Asia, which made it a highly coveted prize for ambitious rulers. Nevertheless, Constantinople had remarkable forces, included its advantageous maritime position, naval fleet, and secret weapon of the Greek fire, and the impenetrable Theodosian walls, which were a triple row of fortification built during the reign of Theodosius II. These had thwarted all previous attacks, rendering the city virtually invincible. There's a point here. However, by the 15th century, the Byzantine Empire had greatly declined, leaving Constantinople as the last stronghold of the Byzantine Empire. To prove to y'all brothers' points. As this critical movement, the Ottoman Empire set its sights on the city, despite unsuccessful attempts to conquer it in 1394 and 1444. Bro, I thought you had watching me.
They got a show on Netflix that go into that. That's how it really stuck in my head. I watched it on Netflix a few times. It goes in too. It goes into how the Ottoman Turks, how they really wanted that land and what all the shit they was doing to siege it and all that.
And that was Amalek, the Ottoman Turks.
Yep.
It says the Ottomans, having triumphed over several Crusader armies, emerged as a formidable force. With the defeat of the Crusaders in Verna in 1444 CE, the Byzantines found themselves standing alone against the Ottoman advance. Then Sultan Mehmed II.
Because his father tried to get into there and he failed. And that nigga, he made it a vow that was the last. If he doesn't, I think he said something along the lines, if I don't succeed, then some shit. But he made it his point that he was gonna get in there.
Yeah.
He was like, if that's the last thing I do, I'm getting the fuck. I'm gonna get my glory by conquering these niggas which my father couldn't conquer. The Ottoman Turks, that is.
Yeah.
Esau always, since the death of Isaac, that's been his goal, to put down Jacob, man.
It says, then Sultan Mehmed II resolved to sweep away the Byzantine Empire and assumed an army of approximately 60,000 to 80,000 soldiers. And that's pretty much the point. But Lord willing, we'll put that in the description box for brothers who want to go into, go further into that. All right, but so we read all that, right? All right.
Yeah,
hold on.
I read all that, yeah. Or actually, I didn't.
Yeah.
I said I left off. I'm gonna go to. Okay, after circa 1500, it says, and usually refers to the offices reorganization 1478 through 1483 in Spain, where it fell under the control of the state as what is commonly called the Spanish Inquisition, noted especially for its severity, secrecy, and the number of its victims. Which, if you know anything about the Ottoman Turks, them niggas was ruthless. Very, 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 very ruthless, man. Yeah. They're like them niggas did some atrocious shit.
Yeah.
I believe it wasn't the Ottoman Turks who Vlad the Impaler was fighting against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they was doing putting motherfuckers on spikes and shit, heads and shit everywhere. Like they was on some real deal. Edomite shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who took down what is that nation? The Kardashians? What is it?
The Romanians.
Armenians.
Armenians.
Yeah, they the ones that committed it.
That whole area, yeah, the Romanians, Armenians, all them niggas over there, they was tyrants, man.
Well, the Armenians were taken down by the Turks in a genocide. That Armenian genocide, because a lot of those Armenians were Jake.
That's when they had to give their kids. They had to give their I forget, their firstborns or something to join the war.
Oh yeah.
That's how Vlad the Impaler. That's how he became who he was. He was a slave to them niggas at one point. And then when he got released, him and his brother got released back to go home. He was like, "Fuck that, man! I'm about to fight these niggas, man."
Yeah.
He learned their ways of war and all that shit, so he stood up against them niggas. You know?
Yeah. Man, they killed. Like I said, the severity. They were burning motherfuckers at the stake if they were called heresies or heretics, and if they just had a different belief than the Catholics at the time. They would bring him up on charges. You know how Esau do, unrighteous decrees.
Putting cases on all you bitches.
And he would start with a rumor, and then he'd come in there and just start murking motherfuckers. And they used crazy torturing devices.
Yeah.
They used all kinds of ways to try to bring people into saying, like admitting 90% of the people that were caught were tortured.
And of course you're gonna confess to something you didn't do just to stop the fucking pain.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, just kill me, damn. Just fucking kill me, my nigga, damn. You can already chop my fucking toes and fingers and shit off. Yeah, I mean, if I live past this, life ain't gonna be grand no more. Shit,
I'm gonna be a walking zombie.
Yeah, fucked off. No toes, bro. You ain't got no toes. You ain't got no balance.
Right.
No toes. You ain't got no fucking balance.
And ain't no wheelchairs back in the day. Yeah, it's done.
Alright, what are we doing?
Yep, that was it on that.
Okay. Let's get a scripture first and then jump back to this Britannica.
Yeah. And this one we pulling just because Esau.
What was it? Genesis what?
4.
4 and 12?
Yep.
Alright, this is Genesis 4 and 12. It says, "When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth." And this is talking about Cain, man.
Yep.
You know, and Esau, Edom is direct descendants of Cain. Okay, so that's a telltale sign of who he is.
Esau was
carries the mark
was the reincarnation of Cain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
On the earth.
Yeah, carries the mark.
So all those.
It's like I said, direct descendants.
Yeah, you
Slack.
said.
Yeah, right. I knew what you meant. You knew what you meant.
But to be correct, go ahead, bro.
Salaki.
No, you got it, bro. Go ahead.
Salaki.
To clear it up, you know what I'm saying, so that way individuals don't do that crazy shit that they do and
No
take
cowards.
it and try to make it seem as if you're saying something, even though it's just a slip of the tongue, or you know what I'm saying. If you don't clear it up, we know that individuals is gonna do that. Yeah. Esau was the
spirit,
the reincarnation.
Yes.
The spirit that was in Cain came back as Esau Edom and started its own nation.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right?
Wanted to murder his brother. He carried the same mark, that leprosy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like there's signs for you to know who the Israelites are, because the curses follow them. There's signs for you to know who an Edomite is.
That's right.
You know, him avenging himself sevenfold. Okay, him being a fugitive and a vagabond.
Yep.
You know, running throughout the whole earth.
Yeah.
Yep. And when this Inquisition came about, they said that they were doing things that was severe, you know, and it was
secrecy.
It was in secrecy. It was severe.
Yep.
As far as the punishment aspect of it, and the only ones that really go hard like that is Esau, Edom.
Exactly.
You know,
And especially Amalek.
especially Amalek.
Oh yeah, them niggas, man. Them niggas, boy.
Hey, with the whole anti-Semitic stuff,
Yeah.
them going hard with that, you know, using the AI bots to fucking cut channels that say anything that they deem as anti-Semitic, so on and so forth, shows you that that's the same spirit that was in the Esau back in times past.
He said it. Everybody's gonna know who I am. This Mark.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's too much for me to bear. Everybody's gonna want to kill me, and that's when he gave him the blessing of, okay, you gonna be able to avenge yourself sevenfold.
Yeah.
All right, so if they are on to you and they kill you, then you get your vengeance.
Say guys again. Say guys again.
Hey. I ain't gonna say that. I can't believe you said that, but hey.
Say guys again.
That shit was, it wasn't right in my mind. I'm not saying that. You so crazy.
Crazy as hell. But that's really how they feel, though.
Yeah. And that's how they get down. They really will do that shit. You see fucking Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, man.
Pulp Fiction, and you read about Alexander the Greek, or the Creek.
Oh yeah, he was a creep.
They would, on the battlefield, have you on your deathbed, you're dying, the soldiers would flip your ass over and do some nastiness, man. Why are you dying?
Because they said it would torment you in hell or some shit they believe. It's like, come on, bro.
Nah, you just a sick, sadistic fuck.
Yep. Yeah, it's like, come on, bro.
A necrophiliac.
Jack didn't get down like that. Jack just gave you an honorable death.
All the time.
Put your ass smooth to death. You ain't about to get no weirdo shit happening to you while you're dying, man. That's it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Next preset?
I think it was...
okay. Did y'all read this, though?
Yeah, I read it.
All right. So, Inquisition.
This is from Britannica, okay? Spanish Inquisition, key facts. The Spanish Inquisition was a judicial institution that lasted between 1478 and 1834. The ostensible purpose was to combat heresy in Spain, but in practice it resulted in consolidating power in the monarchy of the newly unified Spanish kingdom.
Hey, yeah. So
years is what that was.
So it says the purpose on paper was one thing.
I looked up the word ostensible, but and it says the definition. This is just off of Google. Ostensible, stated or appearing to be true, but not necessarily so.
Right. So on paper, it was to serve the purpose of this, but in action, it was something totally different. You know, but in practice, it resulted in consolidating power, which that's like Esau now. They make all these laws on paper and blase, but you see when it's actually carried out physically, it's something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Which leads to a lot of look at the state of America now. All the laws they put in place, and it's gonna help this, and the sending money to Ukraine and blase. Yeah, you say it on paper, it's supposed to serve this purpose, but what we actually see is that it's funding the meat grinder, killing people over in both Ukraine and Israel. You know what I'm saying? As far as the laws that they got in place to where all this billions of dollars is getting sent over to Israel and Ukraine. It's supposed to be for blase, but it's really just to support war. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in regards to this, but in practice it resulted in consolidating power in the monarchy of the newly unified Spanish kingdom.
Yeah. And don't get it twisted, those people that were benefiting from this were also Amalekites. So they were doing this to their own people. And the Moors. And the Muslims. Muslim Moors and the Moors that believed in Yahweh Shai. They were doing it to all of them, so that they could gain the wealth that was acquired, the status that was acquired, and get this unified Spanish kingdom going on, like you said, with the papal bull.
Yeah.
Hey, and it says that it ends. Its brutal methods led to widespread death and suffering. Which that's Esau's motive, anyways. John 10:10, the thief cometh not but for to steal, kill, and destroy. You got it. Stop him.
Its brutal methods led to widespread death and suffering. The Roman Catholic Church had established inquisitions in the past, taking their name from the Latin verb inquiro, inquire into, These commissions had authority to question supposed heretics about their religious practices and loyalties starting in the 13th century.
Hey, put that O at the end, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta make it Spanish.
Hey, you gotta carry the O.
Carry the O.
Carry the O.
It's like it's
Inside joke.
Just showing the brutality of it. In my notes, I got 28 to 70 were burned at the stake at one time. The most that were burned at the stake at one time was 109. That's 109 people in one day burned at the stake.
That's ridiculous. Hey, and this is on claims of if somebody is claiming that you're a heretic, you won't have a good argument to prove that you're not a heretic. So, more time, the vast majority of the time, 90-some-odd% of the time, when they claim somebody's a heretic, that person's going to die, whether they was actually a heretic or not.
Yeah. Shit, y'all was shy. Case in point.
Mm-hmm.
They claimed he was a heretic, blasphemous, and all this whole extra shit.
That's right.
You know?
It says,
I'll say it. Go ahead, boss.
No good. It says, unlike much of Western Europe at the time, medieval Spain was a multiracial and multi-religious country with large Muslim and Jewish populations.
Yeah, actual Israelites and Jewish people.
Moors, members of the Muslim population of Spain and Portugal, ruled most of the Iberian Peninsula starting in the 8th century. Christian states spent several centuries working to expel the Moors from the Iberian Peninsula. A campaign called the Reconquista.
The Reconquest.
If I might say, the Moors were so-called Negroes.
Yeah. But what it was, for saying that, because I was thinking this, what it was you got to remember with the Holy Roman, during the time of Jacob, when Jake came up into power in the Holy Roman Empire, eventually the Roman Empire was split up between the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. Mm-hmm. And the Western Roman Empire was governed by Christianity, and the Eastern Roman Empire was governed by Islam, being that the headquarters was Constantinople. But then Rome, Italy, was the headquarters for the Christian sect of the Roman Empire. So you got all this is going on. Is different people coming into power, and this
Christian sect they fell first before the Eastern did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the so-called Negroes, the Moors, the Muslims, that they had a longer rule than the so-called Christians. And
you had a lot of Jake intermingling and marrying, as far as the Christians.
They made a movie about that shit.
Yeah, they was married.
Possibly going into where they have the Muslim and the Christian that were in love with each other, and
no, I'm talking about the Edomites that was marrying Israelites and usurping authority amongst the Christians
through that marriage.
Yeah, which aided the downfall of the Western Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm. The book Romeo and Juliet goes into that. The Capulets and the Montagues. It's basically showing you how they were of the same lot, but they were different in their beliefs.
Yeah, they were the same people. They just had different religions.
Yeah.
It's like Pakistan and India, right?
India Shiites and the Sunnis, Islam, the Muslims.
Yeah. Pakistan and India has India believing in Hindu and then Pakistan being Muslims. But they're the exact same people.
This fucking confusion, man. Divide and conquer, man. Same fucking scenario all the way throughout history, man. And Esau's the main one pushing that forth, man.
Same guys.
He's the one that constantly brings in a completely different way. You'll have one people that are all moving in one direction, and Esau will spread himself in there and start dividing.
Fucking Hamans, man.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of Hamans just
getting in between and fucking everything up.
Bunch of Mr. Andersons.
Them niggas was the first fucking super agents.
Yeah.
They were the first agents, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Cause they get into an area and blend the fuck in, melt into the surroundings by fucking they bitches, they kids is looking like the people now. But at home they're teaching them how to conquer that whole fucking nation and shit.
Hey, the Talmud, dealing with the so-called Israelis. In the Talmud, it was saying something along the lines of never what they, the so-called Israelis believe in the Talmud. That's the book they stick by. But publicly, it's a sin for them to say that they actually believe in that. And that's goes to what you were saying. Like, behind closed doors, this is what we into, but to save face and to blend in and to control and so on and so forth, we're gonna act like we're one of you and believe what you believe, when we in public, so on and so forth. But behind closed door, we got a whole cabal or the deep state or a secret society of
That's
bullshit.
The power. The power is the secret.
Exactly.
Just like that word that we looked up.
Ostensible.
Ostensible. That's Amalek's. He's a magician, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Wizard of Oz.
Houdini.
Yep.
Houdini.
Hey, the Wizard of Oz took over that whole land, right?
Yeah,
everybody.
Frail little fucking.
Everybody.
This powerful voice and all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit! They was trembling and they seen this nigga like, is thou? Are you the one that used to conquer nations?
Yeah, well, that's it. That's he.
Hey. It's Stephen Hawkings behind the curtain. Like, what? You old retarded ass
He
nigga.
gotta use his mouth to move around.
Yeah.
Fucked up ass.
This nigga thirsty.
And AI reading his mind.
Yeah. Shit. Come on, let's go though. Let's go.
It says the last Moorish kingdom in Spain was conquered in the late 15th century. Many historians believe that the crusading spirit of the Reconquista was preserved in the subsequent Spanish emphasis on religious uniformity.
Yep. And that you're going to continue to see this word. Good at Amalek. You're going to continue to see this word crusade. And the Crusaders, y'all know who the Crusaders were?
Yeah.
The main Crusaders?
What was it? Amalek.
Amalek, but
They had the crosses and
what
shit.
they call themselves?
The Christians.
Yeah, they call themselves Christians, but they were the motherfuckers.
The Knights.
The Knights
The Knights Templar. There we go.
The Knights Templar were the first people to start using usury on people, because what they would do is they would protect people's lands, protect people's goods and assets, so they couldn't be broken into and stolen from their homes.
Bro, that sound like the Pinkertons. The Pinkertons did the same fucking shit with the railroad.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They protected the railroads and all the railroads' properties. If you steal from them, the Pinkertons is coming to get you.
That's the mafia.
Yeah.
The exact thing the mafia would do is go, they're breaking up somebody's restaurant because that restaurant's supposed to be under their protection, giving them money, and if they late on that payment, they go and bust up their shit,
The brother, Zaquan Malcolm just went into that on a video about who really brought the slaves to America. And all of that is tied in because Amalek, being the Crusaders, being the Knights Templar, the first Masonic lodge on this land was 90% so-called Jewish. The second was called the House of David. It was 100% Jewish. This is who rules in the kingdoms right now because he's been set up from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
The basis of men.
And he is the one that's wiggling his way into every government. He's getting them antennas into every asset of life. And he's done it through what is going on right now in the so-called Renaissance or the rebirth or the Reconquista.
This is Numbers 24 and 20. It says, and when he looked on Amalek, which Amalek is the so-called Jewish people today, all right, Edomites, a line of the Edomites. He took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. I'm gonna get that.
Let's go.
Get his ass the fuck out of here, man.
We need that guy gone, man.
We need him gone, bro. He is the plague of the earth, man. And his people follow right along with him, but he's the head of that shit.
Then Numbers 24 and 20 NLT. Then Balaam, however you want to pronounce it, looked over toward the people of Amalek and delivered this message. Amalek was the greatest of the nations, but its destiny is destruction.
Let's go.
Israel, the land of Israel, currently inhabited by Amalek, all right, the so-called Jewish people. That nation, that country, or I say those people, because they just received a downgrade in their credit rating, credit score, because of the war. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing how the Lord had, because they was at an A+ credit score. And they was a financial one, not the financial capital, but as far as like they had technology, everything was booming over there prior to the war. But now with that war, the Lord is using that to pretty much bring them from being the first of the people to utter destruction, ultimately destruction. Because that place, 2 places on planet Earth is going to be totally smoked, totally hit with missiles. America and the land of Israel. Okay.
Because they need a cleansing.
Think about it. Israel's going to bounce back because that's our land for us to inhabit. So you got to be cleansed. But once it's cleansed, we coming back in there.
Yeah.
You know, but America, bye-bye. Sayonara.
Pow, pow.
You look at like in Hawaii after a volcano hits, it'll annihilate a land, or Mount St. Helens.
I was thinking that.
It'll annihilate a land, but there's new growth that comes after.
Yep.
It's going to be a cleansing in Israel, but it's going to be a destruction.
Hey, to show you, Esau don't know nothing. When that volcano went off in Mount St. Helens, Esau, they was thinking nothing was ever gonna grow, and then like literally within a month, there was stuff.
New plants and shit.
And that shit had them tweaked out.
Yeah.
We're sure Esau don't know shit, man.
Shit, that's science.
But they believe in their Big Bang. Through destruction comes life. So why would you think because a volcano erupts that it's gonna kill all life? No, it didn't kill life. It brought more life about because that fire brought about more life to come up out of the soil. Because once that shit once the lava dries up and all that shit, it's nutrient to the earth. It's nutrients.
They don't know Yahweh.
Damn sure
They don't know his power. Hey, Juicy J used to go into it. There were seeds that were in the ground that could not be blossomed.
Germinated. They can't germinate to that heat hit it.
Heat hit a certain temperature, and then they were able to
open. The seed will open up and it will germinate, and then it can produce. Yeah. He used to love to go into that.
Yeah, you know. But hey, that's the beauty of the Lord, man. You know, he's running this show. If he wants something to happen, it's gonna happen.
Says anti-Semitic sentiment grew towards Spain's substantial Jewish population during the reign of Henry III of Castile and Leon.
De Leon.
1390 to 1406. Jews faced increasing persecution. What's that? Pogroms in 1391 were especially brutal, and the Jewish community faced the choice between baptism and death.
Whew. Yeah, so you either gonna get down, or you gonna lay down.
Lay down, stay down.
Yeah.
So it's either abandon the that Jewish faith or convert to Christianity, or go meet your maker.
Yeah, and this was.
I would say, really, when you think about the Jews, the so-called Jews, their faith relies on fucking usury, man.
Yeah.
And that was the whole problem with them niggas. That's why I was like, man, fuck that. You gonna be baptized, you gonna die, man, because you and your religion, you niggas believe you can fuck over every fucking body.
Yeah.
Bitch ass niggas.
With no consequences.
Yeah, with no consequences, because it's your God-given right to do this shit. No, it's not, nigga.
Yeah. Hey, that's why all the first banks had to have a jury. Because Christians cannot do usury upon each other, but Jews can do it to other people outside of their religion.
The Goyim.
The Goyim. So they were the Jewry.
Or the Goy.
And that's how the bank started really getting that money. And we all know who the international banking families are.
Yeah, the same fucking people we're reading about right now.
Yeah.
Says many Jews were killed upon refusal to convert to Christianity. Those who adopted Christian beliefs, the conversos, Spanish for converted, if you didn't know.
You gotta add that O. You gotta add that O. You know what I'm saying?
That one coming.
Yeah. If you carry the O, you know Spanish.
It says still face.
Inside joke.
Yeah. Hey, this is exciting, exciting for us, man. You know what I'm saying? We love going into this.
Fucking devils,
You
man.
fucking demon ass.
And why nobody in the earth wants your ass around?
That's right.
Hey, in the Middle East, the Middle Eastern nations don't want Amalek there because they don't belong there.
Nope.
Yeah.
It says those who adopted Christian beliefs, the conversos, Spanish for converted, still face suspicion and prejudice. Moranos, Jews who had apparently converted but continued to practice their faith in secret, were considered a major threat to Spanish society.
Secrecy.
The marriage of Ferdinand II and Isabella I in 1469 united the kingdoms of Aragon and Castile.
Castile Rock.
It says, called the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella further united the Spanish kingdoms into the imperial force. In 1478, Pope Sixtus the fourth issued a papal bull or decree authorizing the Catholic monarchs to name inquisitors in order to enforce religious uniformity and to expel Jews from Spain.
Hey, and that's Esau uses religion as a means of control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally.
Eli.
Hey, look at when the Roman Empire came into power. What did the Romans do? Then Maccabees. Everybody got to lead. You got to lead whatever.
One world government.
Exactly.
Religion.
Yeah.
Religion.
You got to lead whatever the hell you believe in and get down with worshiping the gods we set forth. If not, we gonna kill your ass.
Yep.
You gotta get down with our pantheon.
Hey, there's an example of that also in Daniel's, when you hear the sackbut,
Mm-hmm.
or
flute.
the harp or the flute, you know what I'm saying? You got to bow to his
Drop
image.
down and get your eagle on.
Yeah.
Bow to your
You
sensei.
gotta twerk. Yeah.
Drop it to him. Drop it to him. It's like inside jokes, man.
It
All right, go ahead.
says Ferdinand and Isabella sought to use the Inquisition to increase their absolute power over the centralized regime.
Yep.
If I may say real quick, in that that show we watched about Cristobal Colon, how there was like a secret society in Portugal. It wasn't Queen Isabella that funded Cristobal Colon's journey. It was those two, Ferdinand and Queen Isabella.
The two of them, not just the bitch.
Once they
together.
once those were the two most powerful families in the region. And when they came together, right, we talked about that unification of Spain.
Mm-hmm.
When they came together, all that money came together.
Mm-hmm.
So the show we watched was called it was about Cristobal Colon, but they showed that there was a secret Jewish
Cabal.
cabal or agency that was operating under that false bullshit, saying, "Hey, we're this, we're that, we were converted."
That word again, Tyler?
Ostensible.
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 Yeah, that's it.
They was doing that, and that's who actually funded his journey. Was them two, and that goes into the whole thing with the Knights Templar, the Masonic Lodge,
Papacy,
the papacy, the Manifest Destiny, the people that actually came to this land, because once they got kicked out of all these lands, where did they come? They came to America, man.
Mm.
That's who's running this place.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's here fucking in the dark, operating, when it is light, they practice it.
Cause them goons out
What's
lurking.
the other one? Manifest Destiny. There's another one that's kind of like that one. It's damn, I forget what it's called. But it's directly under the papacy that gave them the power
the authority.
The authority, yeah. Like, okay, if this shit's not ruled, you go in there, and then if it's not ruled, then you got power under the papacy.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Manifest Destiny is the exact same thing, but it's another name though too.
If he wasn't a civilized nation,
Yeah, they can come and fuck, bro.
If you wasn't a Christian, you was considered a heathen, and therefore we get to take your shit.
Take your shit.
I forget. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Words for that joint.
yeah, Salaki,
Nah,
brothers can look it up.
I mean that pretty much shows you why America has taken the stance it's taken over the rest of the world, man.
That's right.
Because there's all these individuals, these rejects that got kicked out, ended up coming over here, taking over here, and now have used this place to take over the rest of the world.
What was the whole reason for them coming or leaving their mother, Britain, to come over here? Because they wanted to start a new world and
religious freedoms.
Yeah.
So they could be fucking Jews
Well,
like they
that's ostensible though, because that's not really even the reason. You know what I mean? It wasn't for them to have free religion or any of that. That's all cap.
Yeah.
Right?
You find it? Or are you looking for something else?
I was looking for it, but yeah, we can continue.
It says the first Spanish inquisitors were so severe in their methods that Sextus attempted to intervene, but his efforts were in vain as Bernadette and Isabella realized how useful the Inquisition was to their royal power. The Inquisition was characterized by secret procedures, the use of torture during interrogation, and the complete lack of right for the accused.
Yeah, just like the judicial
Doctrine of
system
discovery.
now. Doctrine of
There we
discovery.
go.
The water.
There we go.
It just popped in my head out of nowhere.
Doctrine
of discovery.
I was searching.
I put in Manifest Destiny, and then it just popped. Oh, Doctrine of Discovery. There we go. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Atos da Fé, Portuguese for acts of faith. That's my best interpretation of that. It says,
you got it, bro.
On point with that.
Got it.
were public ceremonies during which sentences against the condemned were read. These ceremonies were elaborate and popular spectacles with processions, oaths of obedience to the Inquisition, and sermons. The condemned were afterwards turned over to secular or non-religious authorities to actually carry out the punishment.
Yeah, what kind of sense is that? Here it is, you condemning you're persecuting these people on a religious basis, but then you hand them over to some non-religious entities to be punished. You know what I'm saying? That's the American government, man.
That's what they did with Yehovah.
Bingo.
Read the next one.
It says extreme punishments include execution or life imprisonment.
What kind of shit is that? Now, if you talking about religion, shouldn't mercy be involved? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You gonna put a nigga to death after he already was like, all right, I'm sorry. No. We it's not out of our hand now. You gotta go face the judge. I thought you were the judge.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right.
What you talking about?
The judge and Bad Freeze, everybody gotta get hung by the neck until they're dead. You know?
Until Bad Freeze told his ass, nigga, you faulty.
Yeah.
All right, you can live, nigga. Go ahead.
And you see this illustration, brothers can't see it, but if you go to the Britannica and the Spanish Inquisition,
No, they can see it.
They can see it.
Oh, come on. Hey,
record the screen.
Beautiful. So, in the video I watched, they showed the Inquisitors, and they were in all white with the masks on their face like the Ku Klux Klan.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The whole,
I was gonna say something about that, but I was like,
yeah, just amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Who sent you?
Yeah. No, I would say something at camp, like, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
As soon as I seen him walking up the street after you said something, like, oh, here he comes.
yeah, I said that way up. I was like,
I was like, up there.
Here this nigga go.
He's a character, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
So like, we're gonna get back to that.
All right.
What were you saying? Why you done with that?
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying that that same garb or getup was the same thing that the Masonic Ku Klux Klan used to wear as well. Mm-hmm. The hood with the eyes cut out. That's what the Inquisitors wore when they went to come grab you and start torturing you.
But the funny thing about it, shouldn't you be able to face your accusers face to face?
Yes.
So why can't I get that same fucking? I need to be able to see you and look you in your eyes, nigga. You's a fucking lie, you bitch.
Unrighteous decree.
But you want to hide behind a mask and shit. And that just gives you power to put more lies out there because can't nobody see who the fuck you is.
Yep. And the rule during this torture is they couldn't tell them who accused them. They couldn't know who their accuser was.
Faulty.
That's the opposite of justice.
Exact opposite.
That's injustice.
That's all you got going on in America, man.
Yeah.
Call this hotline, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, give us some tips. If it leads to an arrest, well, you get $5,000. But meanwhile, the person that's apprehended don't even know who it is that snitched on them or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, wicked ass society, bro. That's what happens when you put the bases of men in power and let him rule.
Mm-hmm. Confusion.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
Hey, this is a beautiful lesson for Israel, man. If we get right with the Heavenly Father, we don't have to deal with this kind of stuff.
And the reason why we're reading all this and going into this is because eventually this is going to transition into the Inquisition of the Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The same way Jake was losing power, Esau got into power, and now they want to rid any belief of a God outside of what they want to push out. It's the same thing going on. Esau currently is losing power, and he wants an inquisition into what the hell you people believe. The average American is bugged out and believes in fucking technology and whatever else. But for the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that actually believe in the higher power in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but at the same time, you got Israelites that don't even believe in the Heavenly Father. Mm-hmm. They believe in fucking filling their own bellies. Mm-hmm. Esau, at the end of the day, is going to have that mark of the beast is the inquisition into, is you bound down to the image of Baal? All right. Are you going to bow that knee? If not, you're not believing in the God that we set forth. Therefore, you got to be moved out the way. That's what's going on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why we're reading this, because as the scriptures say, the thing, pretty much history repeats itself. Before time, that which hath been shall be. You know what I'm saying? So the Inquisition, which was in the past, it's coming back, man. Yeah. We can read the rest of this and get scriptures and
It says, in 1483, the Pope was convinced to authorize. The Pope was convinced to authorize the Spanish government to name a Grand Inquisitor to act as the head of the Inquisition.
The Grand Mason. You know what I'm saying?
The Grand Dragon.
The Grand Inquisitor had the power to name deputies and hear appeals, which he did with the assurance of a council of 5.
If I may say this, the head fucking Ku Klux Klan motherfucker.
Grand Dragon.
Yeah.
Grand Dragon. Okay.
I only said that, bro, because hey, I told y'all the story when me and my son came to Utah Ku Klux Klan area into that Salt Lake City. When I was working, we pulled into this spot. The first car we seen was pulling out. I'm like, I'm about to take that spot. I pull around to go take his spot. The truck said White Knights. So I'm like, ooh, what are White Knights? And as soon as I'm Googling, he's pulling off and it said Grand Dragon. I said, oh, that's the Ku Klux Klan. Mm-hmm. He was the head of the Salt Lake City chapter of the Klan.
Proud and didn't give a fuck about nobody who knows it.
Exactly.
Them niggas,
man. Yeah. He's a proud man.
So like,
says Tomes de
Torquemada.
Torquemada was the first Grand Inquisitor, and his name became associated with the brutality characteristic of the Inquisition.
He was a trendsetter for the brutality that was going to be associated with these inquisitions.
All the death and shit that they pushed for.
Yeah.
He issued 28 articles that outlined crimes that could be investigated by inquisitors.
Yeah, they made their own shit up.
Yeah. Just like America, unrighteous decrees.
You got it, bro.
As well as methods used for interrogation and punishment. Torquemada used torture and the confiscation of property to terrorize and intimidate his victims. An estimated 2,000 people were burned at the stake during Torquemada's tenure as Grand Inquisitor.
Damn. Esau's a demon, man.
Torquemada convinced Ferdinand and Isabella to issue the
Alhambra
Alhambra Decree on March 31st, 1492.
And that's that year when Christopher Columbus, came to the New World, all right, to the Western Hemisphere, in particular, Dominican Republic, because he never touched foot on American soil, continental America. He landed in Dominican Republic, present day.
Yeah, and as you see, they were being expelled, so they needed a new home, and here's where they ended up, was America. That's why we're seeing billions, $3.4 billion a year to that land, because it's the same entity. They're one and the same. It's all Amalek.
Says which resulted in 160,000 Jews being expelled from Spain.
Yep.
Francisco Cardinal
Jimenez de Cisneros,
named Grand Inquisitor in 1507, promoted the suppression of the Muslim population of Spain with the same zeal that Torquemada had directed at Jews. Islam was banned in Spain by decree of Philip III in 1609, and by 1614, some 300,000 Morisco Spanish Muslims who had previously agreed to baptism were expelled, with tens of thousands executed for refusing expulsion.
Yeah, so this is pretty much Esau coming back into power and forcing the religion down people's throats. All right, if you claim to be a Jew, you know what I'm saying? Convert or die. Or you claim to be Muslim, convert or die. Because you got to remember that, the Byzantine Empire, Holy Roman Empire, you had, Israelites that was believing in Christianity, so-called, and claiming to be Jews, as well as Moors, believing in Islam. All right, and then also you had so-called white people, Caucasians, that was claiming to be Jews as well or whatnot. So with Esau coming back into power, it's like, look, man, y'all better believe this shit or die. Believe what we gonna push forward or die. Which is why it says that he directed that it was directed at Jews. Islam was banned in Spain, so on and so forth. All right. You got it, bro.
The Protestant population of Spain was small, but as it was considered a threat upon the rise of the Reformation, the Inquisition eliminated it as well. Having largely purged the country of Jews and Muslims, as well as many former members of those faiths who had converted to Christianity.
Hey, that's literally what we just said. Yep. All right, versus dying, we gonna leave being considered a Jew or Muslim and convert to Christianity. You got it.
The Spanish Inquisition turned its attention to prominent Roman Catholics. Saint Ignatius of Loyola was twice arrested on suspicion of heresy, and the Archbishop of Toledo, the Dominican
Bartolome de Carranza
was imprisoned for almost 17 years. The Supreme Council of the Spanish Inquisition oversaw 14 local tribunals in Spain and several in the Spanish colonies, including in the Americas. A similar inquisition was published in Portugal in 1547.
So it said the Supreme Council of the Spanish Inquisition saw 14 local tribunals in Spain and several in the Spanish colonies, because the Spanish is the first ones that came over here to the Americas, including in the Americas, right? So this what the brother said earlier, the doctrine of discovery. This we're reading that. You know what I'm saying? Not only are we going to subjugate these people over here in the Eastern Hemisphere to our beliefs, but we're going to allow you to go sell the ocean blue, and we know there's Israelites over there because of Esdras. So yeah, we're gonna hit them with the same prerequisites.
This was all set up, like you said, prerequisites. This was set up for them to come to this land and do that business.
Yeah.
Doctrine of discovery, papacy. What was the other one? With the woman flying over America. Manifest destiny. That's right.
We done reading on that?
I think we're on the last paragraph.
Lasting until 1821. Though the excess seen under Torquemada diminished somewhat, autos de fe continued until the mid-18th century. The Spanish Inquisition was suppressed by Joseph Bonaparte in 1808, restored by Ferdinand VII in 1814, suppressed in 1820, and restored in 1823. It was finally suppressed permanently by Spanish Queen Regent Maria Cristina de Bourbon in 1834.
Yeah. So yeah, man, as you can see, this was a whole pre-planned situation so that they could start coming to the Americas and punishing the actual Jews, the Negroes, the three tribes of the Negroes, and also Israel itself, the northern kingdoms, because they knew what they were looking for. When you watch the movie 1492, what book is read at the very beginning? Second Esdras. Going into how they wanted to come over here and conquer the land. They knew that the gold was here. They knew that the people was here.
We just want the gold.
And they was getting kicked out of everywhere they was. And they needed a spot to be. And they was like, let's go to Azareth. Let's go to the place where never mankind dwelt.
The region beyond.
All there is over there is Israelites, and we know they're peaceful. So let's go take them over like we've been doing for the past how long?
Did we read all that?
Yep.
All right.
That's it.
So we'll just run some scriptures off, and then we'll wrap it up. So what was that? I'll read this. Psalms 109 and 10. It says, "Let his children be continually vagabonds and beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places."
Right. So he gets kicked out of France first, then Spain, then Italy, Portugal, and then he comes to America to start his new grand exploration and growth.
Hey, even as recent as Spain, I mean not Spain, excuse me, Germany during World War II with Hitler, Adolf Hitler, they were you know, the Hitler was them Germans was you know, had a quarrel with the so-called Jews in Germany because of interest. You know,
Usury.
the usury. There we go. There was the usury that they was placing upon those Germans was retarded.
Bro, they was owning niggas' hoes. They owned niggas. They owned the people.
Yeah.
Like, everything that you had to go to these niggas because they got your ass with usury.
Yeah, they capitalized on that financial system. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, them Germans was Adolf Hitler was he's fed up with that shit.
He's
a rat himself. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's just the most recent example. You know of what the brother is saying. You know, was that it on that?
Yep.
All right. Job 30:1 it says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock."
The younger, why? Because Esau, being your skin or your blood, being your blood showing forth through your flesh.
Yep.
Hey, that's a new thing in the earth, man. Everybody else was of a dark race, a darker countenance. Not countenance, but
Hue.
darker hue.
Hey, but and really, when you look this word "younger" up, it means insignificant.
Yeah.
You know, so Esau really is insignificant. He's significant in the aspect of, you know, him fulfilling prophecy, but if you got people created on a planet for thousands of years, they've existed, and then all of a sudden, after a certain period of time, these people are never ever going literally breathe. You know, the whole race is just erased, done away with. You're insignificant people. You are not pertinent to the furthering of this story. Like an extra that gets hit by a car in a movie. Okay, you insignificant. We forgot about you. Oh, I forgot that nigga got hit by that car. Oh man, thanks for saying that, man. I forgot all about that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and you see why all the nations got rid of them. Because you can't even leave them around your dogs, because why? They're going to do some funny shit with your dogs. They're going to do some funny shit with your sheep. They're going to do some funny shit with the horses. They're going to do some funny shit with the bulls and the cows.
Anything.
They're a vile, disgusting creature, a rat that has to be eradicated off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Verse 2 it says, "Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age is perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former times, desolate and waste."
Yeah, man. Like in the 13th tribe, it goes into how they fled into the Caucasus Mountains.
All those different areas, bro. Like the areas that them niggas infiltrated, bro, is vast. It's like, goddamn, them niggas went Romania, all that whole fucking Europe, bro. They invaded all of Europe pretty much.
Yeah.
Even
Shit, all the way into Russia.
Mount Seir.
All that shit, bro. That whole eastern, all the area east of fucking east of Jerusalem.
Or the Red Sea.
They inherited. They
Blanketed
ran
out.
through all that shit.
Yeah.
And named themselves as the people were named.
Yep.
Not as themselves.
Yep.
Through Alexander the Greek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, shit. Putin was going into that history in that interview with Tucker Carlson.
I still gotta watch that.
You know,
I still gotta watch that.
went into all that history of Russia and Ukraine and so on and so forth. Verse 4 it says, "Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat? They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief."
Hey,
Get him, thief! Go ahead.
that was something that was unified throughout the whole earth. You got 18 different nations, but everybody was casting them motherfuckers away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Yep.
And that's not no coincidence.
Yep. You know, get the man. Somebody get this guy. What you doing over
Whose
here?
man's is this?
Yeah.
Who invited this nigga?
It says that they cried for them like after a thief.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a thief. As soon as you notice a thief, you go, "Hey, thief!
Get
you
him!"
know, you gonna start yelling at it. As soon as they notice something, they got the little cloak on and shit.
Yeah.
As soon as they catch catch the glimpse of that pale skin, you know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. You know, that's Esau's. That's their go-to. You know what I'm saying? If you can put various photos, or what they call that when you go on vacation and you send somebody a postcard from like the Bahamas or Jamaica or from some tropical spot or some forest spot, you know what I'm saying? And then in there in one of the postcards it's a damn concrete jungle. Esau's like, I want to live there. You know, I want to live in that's Esau's spirit, man.
That's
You
why
know?
they love going to Dubai.
Hey, you know this that's the spirit of this because verse 4 or not verse 7 is dealing with Septimius Severus and
what verse 7 of what?
verse 30 and
What's it? Grade?
Salakia 5 verse 5 is dealing with what's his name Persinius Niger. So this is around at the time of like 139 AD when they were forced out when Jake was coming into power, and they was forced out into all those other nations, and they had to find the desolate places, and they were eventually found the Caucasus Mountains where they set up those palisades and started fortifying that area so that nobody could come find them, and that's when they was eating raw meat, so they had to have that juniper root
To help digest.
Yeah, man, the Schmeagles, man. They was eating that raw shit.
Shit. Hey, who else pushed them niggas out? King David.
Mm-hmm.
He killed all them niggas, man. Or he
He
killed all the ones
subjugated.
that were available to kill, but some of them fled.
He subjugated them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it says that after Solomon's death, that's when they revolted. They was the first heathens to revolt against the nation of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then from there, the other heathens, the other nations, follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And that was Saul's fault because he was commanded to kill all of Amalek, and he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't follow the commands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
yeah. Let me see. Verse 30. Verse 7, chapter 30. It says, "Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered." All right. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. All right. And now am I their song? Yea, I am their byword. You know, at one point in time, the roles have reversed, but they're about to reverse back to its righteous state.
That's right.
Because currently us Israelites are looked at as, inferior to the so-called white man. You know, all these niggers, they're stupid, they're dumb, they don't know nothing. Economically, they're behind everybody, so on and so forth. You know, the typical rundown. You know, and where their song, they got all kind of songs like that Jake don't even know about. That belittle us. You know, where their byword, where Esau got his nicknames for Jake. You know, coons and you know what I'm saying, porch monkeys and all that. You know, okay.
Yeah, you remember a few years ago, Putin had that orchestra.
Oh, an orchestra that was singing that about the niggers. You know what I'm saying? So
he-
fuck you Russians too, man.
Yeah, fuck you, fucking heathen ass fucking Amalekites try to hide his Gog and Magog.
Yeah, you ain't nothing but Edomites as well, man. But that's it on that. We can go to Job 20. If brother want to read that, 20 and 20.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
Yeah, hey, he's not gonna be satisfied. Right? He's gonna always have that desire to come after Jake. Right? He's always gonna have that innate what's a natural, like your natural instinct to come up against Israel, man. He's not gonna feel the quietness of his belly. He's not gonna save that which is desired. He's gonna keep coming after Jacob, like he said he would do after the death of his father. He's gonna continue to find other lands and try to overcome them, try to heap to himself all people. He's gonna covet fields. He's gonna do all that.
Yeah.
There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Right, that's a future prophecy. Esau ain't gonna be around. You know, when he's eradicated off at the face of the earth, who gives a fuck about that nigga? He's gone.
In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
All these other nations is gonna come on Esau's ass, man. They gonna come get him.
Hey, that's happening now. The BRICS. You know what I'm saying? These nations turning away from the use of the U.S. dollar, Federal Reserve currency. You know.
Even NATO nations is like, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
These niggas over there bombing Gaza.
Yeah.
We stand with Israel. We stand with Palestine. I mean.
Palestine.
It's like slip of the tongue.
A lot of those countries are doing backdoor deals with Russia, with China. You know, with these
the
BRICS nations.
Yeah, and all the laborers that were working under this demon.
Yeah. That word wicked. When you go into it, it's our mall.
That's right.
Which means laborer, like the brother said.
Yeah, they ain't
in the Hebrew.
They ain't gonna keep doing that shit. India's not gonna keep making your iPhones for 20 cents a pop, nigga. They're done with your ass. They part of the BRICS now.
Yeah. Yep.
It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah,
hey, when Esau thinks, you know, it's all good and gravy, because when you read Obadiah in the NLT, it tells you that all the men, you know, the scripture, the verse, I believe it's 7, all the men of thy confederacy have laid a wound under thee. Yeah. When you read it in NLT, it goes into them plotting against you and you not even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? So all these nations that America, even in the middle of World War III, the nations that America considers its allies, being NATO, because it's a member of NATO, they're literally conspiring and plotting against America, you know, as we speak. And it's going to carry on into World War III, and then before America knows it, you know, it's jigged up, stabbed up by its own allies, and didn't even see it coming, man.
It shall rain upon him while he is eating the ICBMs. Gonna bust his ass through.
Yeah.
Gonna get the Julian Caesar experience.
Yep.
Eat
brute.
I was gonna say that a little earlier, but it was premature.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Nukes.
Yeah. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him.
Nukes.
Yeah, this is gonna be the real Inquisition. You can't get away from this one, because really, this was the Lord's commandment to Amalek, that they shall be destroyed, to be done with. And not only Amalek, that's just the chief house of Satan. All of Esau is going to be destroyed.
Yeah. It continues, but, you know, that serves a purpose right there. Okay. So we'll grab Habakkuk. You want to read that, bro?
What is it, Habakkuk
2 and 5?
This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah, like brothers was talking about earlier, how they always try to hide amongst the other nations. That was what the whole Bulgarian Empire was about.
That's the
Bulgarians.
That's where Amalek took over the Bulgarian area.
Yep.
Yeah, they ran through that shit, boy.
The word Bulgar means mixed because they was trying to hide them, just like they did. Cain did when he got his chance. He started dealing with Ham, and trying to hide himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this fucking rat, this fucking pestilence, this fucking plague, this fucking insect, this damn demon disease. That's what he does, man.
This filth,
infestation, man,
abomination.
That's why we call this nigga a rat, cause he tried to get in there and fucking he'll be under the whole city, just having a whole nother.
Just like New York, literally.
Yeah.
He built a tunnel under the city.
Yeah, having in a tunnel having a bar mitzvah and shit.
What did you say, Dapper?
I was just gonna. It's cold because these motherfuckers will get. Not only do they infest, you know what I'm saying, secretly infest themselves into these different pockets of communities or whatever. They'll get into it and then they'll seek to rise all the way
it's
to the
takeover.
top. Take over.
It's the takeover,
yeah.
bro. Hey, manifest destiny.
Man infest.
Fungi. Fungi does that.
Parasite.
Mold, parasites.
Yeah.
They want to take over. They're the host. They want to be the host.
Mm.
They're the weaker vessel. They're the disgusting, vile. But they want to be the host. They want to be controlling it.
Verse 6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah. Who increases that which is not his? France, Italy, Spain, Portugal. All these inquisitions, they kicked these niggas out because they were taking what wasn't theirs. Germany, like the brother spoke about, they was in these other nations trying to be that nigga.
And that thick clay, Arbatya, you know what I'm saying, goes into debt.
Yeah.
You know, that's all Esau's about. It's about he's about that debt, man. You know, putting people in debt, taking over all the money and doing all That's his MO.
Reading on verse 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
We're kind of waiting for that fullness to come in, man. Because these other nations, they're expressing it that they're unhappy with Esau, Edom, but they ain't really making all the, you know what I'm saying, the upfront moves. You know what I'm saying, they're doing the paperwork
towards it. Yeah, it's all words right now.
They're doing the secret paperwork and whatnot, so that way it can be solidified within the law for them to take those actions against them. But they ain't actually made those moves yet. They ain't throw no punches. You know, they signed up for the fight, but they didn't throw no punch yet. You know.
Oh, with the fact of them stepping out of NATO and joining the BRICS, is them making that move. Like, yeah, man, fuck you niggas.
Yeah,
we want at you niggas now. We enemies now.
Yep. And he shall rise up suddenly and shall bite thee. How you doing that? Through these fucking banks, through that debt, through that usury. Right? We shall be booties. Who's funding all this? Jake. Who gave America free labor? All of Jake. We are booties unto them. Why? Because we continue to fund them through taxes.
No, this is talking about Esau gonna be booty.
Esau's gonna be booty.
Esau's gonna be booty unto the nations that's gonna come up against him.
Yep.
Oh,
just like Obadiah those that were confederate have brought thee to the border.
Yep.
You know, basically eating their bread. The handouts America give to these nations is them eating Esau's bread, and it said they laid a wound upon thee. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Esau is gonna be America's gonna be for booties to these nations.
Yeah. It's like
it says, shall I not suddenly rise up and bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. It reminds me of the scripture right here, 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman, and they shall not escape. You know, it's gonna come quick when these nations actually do make their move. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be too fast for their reaction time, man. You know, where Esau can't prevent it. He's not gonna be able to talk them down. You know, hey guys, let's just talk about this. It ain't gonna be.
Let's be diplomatic about it.
Right. It ain't gonna be.
No, diplomacy's out the window, my nigga. It's war. Ain't no more diplomacy.
Yep.
Kill all the sergeants. Kill all the heads. Which that's really not permitted in war, but nobody gives a fuck no more. Yeah. The white gloves are off.
Yeah.
They've been off.
And since they never, it said that they spoiled many nations, and those nations are going to spoil them, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Slaki, I'm jumping the gun. We didn't actually read that.
I can read it. You want me to read it?
Go ahead.
Verse 8, it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Yep. Because
of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
Hey, they spoil many nations, and a big way Esau spoils nations is by using that what is it? Ostensible,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Using those type of methods, man. They'll come in acting as if they're friendly and they're there to help, but really they're there to rob and
as if they're
steal.
The savior.
Right.
Yeah. Though they come crouching.
And really they're there to rob and to steal. And these other nations, they're gonna be like, since you guys didn't never play by the rules, we ain't about to play by the rules.
Yeah. Why should we?
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck you, nigga. This whole time you've been backdooring and left-handed with this shit. Well, fuck that. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine. I'm gonna do the same thing to you and see how you like it. And that's what the nations are doing now.
Yep.
Hitting Esau with his own shit. Everything they learned from you, they're doing it back to you.
Yep.
Just like how Esau did to everybody else. Yep. Every time they lost war, you know what I'm saying? They took those same tactics they lost to and they incorporated it to their shit, and now they're beating all the nations with the shit.
Yep.
Hey, that's how they became strong after taking down the Apache.
Let's go a step before that. Hannibal Barker.
Yep. Guerrilla warfare.
He was tearing their ass fucking up, man. And they took that same guerrilla warfare that he did with them and implemented it into their armies. Yeah. And then after they got fucked off trying to get through those mountains, the next war they fought with them niggas, the Romans fucked their ass off. Because they had their tactics now. And they had time to implement it because of that fucking that winter. Yep. The winter gave them time to actually implement this into their forces now.
Training.
Yeah, they got to train and implement that shit. Because it was no more just you protect the man to your left or whatever the fuck they had with the Roman and their little flanks and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now they got guerrilla warfare to add to that shit.
Yep.
You know?
Same with that civilized war they came with standing across from each other and just shooting. Whoever dies.
Yeah. That shit's stupid. Man.
When they came here, they was like, "Oh shit! Look at how Geronimo doing this shit, man. Same exact thing.
Yeah,
they had to recalibrate, and come with some new shit. But they
same thing with the fucking the Japanese with the samurais, man.
Yeah,
samurais. I said samurais. Samurais, yeah.
Samurai.
Because how the samurais were fucking their ass up, man. They had to get that Gatling gun on them.
That's it.
They had to get that Gatling gun on them. They couldn't fuck with them. They couldn't fuck with them.
Hey,
they go hand in hand.
They gotta use their blessing.
We still reading on this?
I think it stops at
you can
9.
9. Okay.
Verse 9, yeah.
Okay, verse 9. It says, "Woe to him that covereth an evil covetousness." Oh, slack. Yeah, you coveteth. Slack it. It says, "Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest upon high." Slack it. Set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Yep. Hey, that's Esau Edom, man. There's not a more coveted nation on this earth than Esau Edom.
They want what you got.
They only want what you got. They are not satisfied with anything that they have themselves. They want what everybody else got.
This nigga got a piano.
Yeah, I don't got a piano.
I ain't got a piano.
Right.
King Hale.
Yeah. William King Hale in the Osage, and I was thinking about that example as we was discussing things earlier, especially when we was talking about how Esau would get up in your ranks and then try to rise all the way to the top of your ranks, man. Yeah. They're covetous beyond. They're greedy. They're greedy beyond, anybody else, man. There's nobody that's more greedy and covetous than they are. And they do it so that way they can set their nest on high, so they can say that they're better than you. Yeah. We have all of your stuff. We're better than you.
Mm-hmm. And we because of the curses, they shall get up very high, and you shall get down very low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's your neighbor. That's amongst you shall get high, you shall get low. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So was it Ezekiel 35 and 6?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay, go ahead.
It says Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, hey, Esau ain't got.
Say Sith there?
Yeah. Hey, Esau ain't got no problem.
Sith is like sense.
Yeah.
Esau ain't got no problem shedding blood. He's a murderer. He's
addicted to blood, bro. He loves eating it.
Yeah.
He loves tasting it.
Yeah.
He loves being submerged in it.
You know, spilling it.
Yeah, that's why they love fucking their women on their period and shit like that, man.
Man.
They love fucking blood, bro. Blood, they love it. They're addicted to that shit.
Straight up.
Since blood is your addiction, blood shall pursue you.
Yeah.
And when he get permission, he's running straight through you.
Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah.
And they throughout the histories, throughout the entirety of Esau Edom's history, they've done nothing other than shed blood, man.
Yeah.
Killing innocents, It says, did you want me to continue on that, or was that?
I know that's good enough. That's a lot.
Might as well take that whole joint over there to your left. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 9. It says, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul.
Bam.
Esau.
Let's
Esau in a nutshell. Esau in a nutshell.
That's that nigga, boy. That is that nigga. That's that nigga.
That's what we said, though, right?
That's that bastard.
He's not satisfied. He's not satisfied with anything that he got, man.
No,
he wants what you got.
He wants your woman. He wants your job. He wants your car. He wants your house. He wants your hair. Look at those eyes.
Yes.
I want
those eyes.
I want your heritage.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. That spirit.
This is your style. I want that.
He can already have a nice house, a nice car, all of that.
He already got a nice house,
yours,
nice car, nice a submissive wife. But he want the raggedy bitch that you got, because he know he can tame her because he got the money.
And that's why them so-called Jewish are in them ghettos. That's where that ghetto come from. He want to live like Jake. He want to have that poverty even though he got so much money.
He wants the curses to cover him, but they don't.
They don't.
They're not on you. You got to put yourself in a bad position to look like you're under curses. But they're not. They don't have you.
Yeah.
Your money is not in a bag full of hoes.
Yeah.
You're not in trouble as other men are.
Woo. Hey, we can end it here. That was a mic drop right there. Unless y'all want to get Micah 2.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Just talk
All
about it.
right. Yeah.
I'll read it. This is Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, we was talking about that Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
They using that smoke and mirrors to do all their bidding against Jake.
Yeah, they put something out there for you to fuck yourself off of seeing this image. Yeah. They didn't gotta do nothing. They put the image out there, and you're like, oh shit, I don't want no part of that. Oh, I'm cool. But when you dig a little deeper, like, what the fuck, this shit? Something ain't right about this image, man. Man, let me see. Man, what is this shit? Yeah. Matter of fact, man, fuck that image. And you find out that shit ain't nothing. That shit ain't got no power.
Hey, like we did with Caesar Borgia's image of so-called the anointed so-called Jesus Christ. We knew something was wrong with that. That ain't right. That's not the Lord and Savior of the nation.
This old stringy hair, pale, weak-looking motherfucker. Like, no. It say y'all wish I was an austere man. When you see that fucking weak-ass image, you're like, man,
Yeah,
that nigga, I could beat that nigga up. I could beat that nigga up.
Some frail Edomite in drag.
Yeah. Straightforward.
with a mini skirt on.
Hey, there's a building that's across the street from the building that I've been working in for a while. They on the roof they put up the fake owls, and they put like this little motorized thing for the owl to actually move around, right? And it's supposed to be there to deter the seagulls and the pigeons from coming and fucking around on the roof. However, the seagulls and the pigeons understand that that's not a real owl. Damn. So they still come, even though that image was set up for them. There's no fear in it, because it's like, this motherfucker ain't never gonna fly after me. This motherfucker ain't never gonna. So they just go and still do what they do.
They just move when he's about to pass him, huh?
No. I mean, the thing's just sitting there. It's just rotating and moving, but it's not moving like a real owl would move.
They catch a ride on that dude. Take a dump and fly off. Take a shit and fly off.
Yeah, like a scarecrow works for a moment.
For a moment, but then once the crows realize this thing ain't never about to come and fuck with me, they gonna pick off that crop.
Yes, sir.
Verse 2, it says they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, and even a man in his heritage.
Right, and you can see in the Inquisitions they did that with all these nations. They did it with the French, they did it with the Spanish, they did it with the Romans, they did it with the last but not least the Portuguese, and then they came over here and did it with Jay.
All their own fucking people. The kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. The niggas was divided against themselves from the fucking jump, man. I was gonna say that, but I was like, nah, I'm just leave that alone.
Right now, you got there's reports, that guy in that documentary, where he kept on saying the J word. That guy, he said that their number one enemy, that they consider their number one enemy, is the Edomites over here in America, which is all just their people,
Okay.
A bunch of pagans.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because you talking about how they always go against their people. They're the main ones they hate is the American whites, which really stem from them, So even to this modern day, they're still in that same
division.
Yeah, the American Edomite pagan over here in the West is the ones who fund everything they want to do over there in the Holy Land.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
But you hate these people.
Y'all hate each other.
They ain't nothing but America is nothing but the pocket.
Ooh, I was just thinking, bro. You know where they developed the schematics for usury at? King Solomon. Or no, triple King. Salakia. Thinking about the same person. No, not the same person, but I'm thinking about somebody. Joseph. The 7 years of famine. How they start giving over their lands and all the extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because once you ain't got no more money, you gotta start giving over other what's the word?
collateral.
A collateral. There you go. The collateral.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, okay, well, if we can get them desperate enough, we can own them. Because once you run out of things to give, what else can you give? Yourself. Esau's a motherfucker, man. Them niggas, they slick as a motherfucker.
Yeah. You let Amalek up in you, and really that show you talking about with the Edomite boy. He called him a pestilence. He called them an infestation.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that.
Something. God
What's that documentary called?
What is that called?
I forget what the name of it is.
Amalek. The Amalekite among you. Something like that.
The Amalek Among You or something like that. If brothers haven't seen that documentary, man, I do recommend that you watch it. It's very informative, and it gives you a lot of information, especially on these Amalekites, man.
Yeah.
And the dirty practices that they are still to at this very day. You know.
But pretty much those practices are pretty much part of their religion.
Mm-hmm.
It's to practice usury, to practice debauchery, to practice momoism and chomo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit, man.
It's called You Are Amalek.
You are Amalek.
Part 1 and 2.
You are Amalek, bro. If you ain't seen that, you gotta watch that, man.
Yeah. Man.
And a disclaimer, man. If you ain't got a stomach for it, don't do it.
It gets into the nastiness of how Amalek really gets down. Even unto the child trafficking and blood drinking and
it doesn't even scratch the surface of what these niggas do, though.
Man, not at all.
But yeah,
it doesn't go into how they making burgers at McDonald's made out of you're missing children and missing indigenous women.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not funny, but damn, man, Esau Edom's a fucking sick creature.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's all.
Hey, so with that, again, we're gonna give all praises unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha, Kodash.
And until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.